While we are looking at flood alerts along the Louisiana coast this weekend, the National Weather Service is highlighting another potential problem. In the past 24 hours, a tsunami preparedness drill took place. But what are the odds this type of disaster could strike the Louisiana coast? That is tonight's good question for Storm Track 15 meteorologist Michael Crowley.
We all know about floods, severe weather, and hurricanes in Louisiana, but what about a tsunami? Most of us would never even consider something like this, so when the National Weather Service in Lake Charles held a tsunami training exercise, it certainly turned some heads. I am in Lake Charles right now, learning about something a little bit strange at the National Weather Service. So today, we are preparing for a tsunami in the Gulf. You heard that right. The first question is, where on earth would we ever get a tsunami from?
So the only place really close to us that would have a mega thrust earthquake is along the Caribbean plate. And that's like the like an 8.0 or higher could happen near Puerto Rico.
Joe Rua, the lead meteorologist of the National Weather Service in Lake Charles, tells me that even if a Puerto Rican earthquake triggered a tsunami, we wouldn't really feel any impacts.
Fortunately for us, there's a dissipation region. And once it is small narrow passages, so your momentum is kind of colliding each other, so it decreases the energy, so you don't have that big of any sort of wave coming into the Gulf of Mexico.
So where is our risk of tsunami?
Threats from a tsunami is from submarine landslides. Submarine
landslides are just as they seem, a sudden collapse of silt or ocean sediment which trigger a tsunami. But there's actually another way, a tsunami, something that happened 10 years ago in Cameron Parish.
A squall line coming from Texas that moved across had a pretty good pressure drop, like a 1016, down to almost 1,000 millibars. We had a 16 millibar pressure drop with the squall line, and it caused a 4-foot water level rise, inundation along the coast there, Cameron Parish.
A tsunami requires a rapid pressure change, like a strong squall line. The pressure change results in a sudden rise in water levels. Now, these waves are usually pretty weak and are usually undetectable, but they can be over 3 feet tall.
So in your planning purposes, you probably want to prepare that your coast is going to get a Category 1 storm surge, at least 2 miles inland. So you got to get it right the first time. You can't have the event happen and then say, oh, well, let's all meet together, let's do some after action items, we'll do it better the next time. Well, it may not be it. You get another chance to do it correctly, so you got to do it right the first time.
So as you just heard, the threat is non-zero for a tsunami. It's very unlikely, but it's still possible. So in conjunction with the Tsunami Research Center in Alaska, the National Weather Service is fully prepared to deal with any sort of incident, and that includes tsunamis and a potential underwater landslide. They're prepared for pretty much everything. Reporting in Lake Charles in the National Weather Service, Storm Track 15, and meteorologist Michael Crowley, sending it back to the studio.